Maidin Mhaith Gaillimh.
So, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for doing this interview with me. And I'm a big Hairspray fan, so thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
So, I want to get started with my first question. And the first question is, when did you begin to discover your love for the performing arts and musical theatre in your life?
Oh, well, I started singing at 3, so there was that love for music there early, and then I started training at 8, and then once I started singing, and I just fell in love with it, and then eventually, once you're in school, you kind of fall into like theater or sports. You try and find your niche, and I definitely found mine with theater. I found myself gravitating. Of course, I was lucky enough where my theater teacher was my choir teacher, so it kind of was a nice transition.
That is such a slay, honestly. So before Hairspray, what were the kind of productions you did? Like you said, you did it with school and choir. Like what some musicals you did?
Yeah, so I had done everything from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat to Kiss Me Kate, Sweeney Todd, Les Mis. I just had some of the best experiences. I got to play, this is an opera, but I got to play Carmen in the opera Carmen. It was just absolutely incredible. I've always loved theater. It's always just been such a beautiful way to just get out there and express yourself and have fun and, share a story.
I totally agree. Totally agree. So now I want to move on to Hairspray because I'm really curious how this came up and what the audition process was like.
Okay, so my first brush with hairspray was when I saw it when I was 15 and I fell in love with it. And yeah, from the minute the curtains opened and I heard, oh, 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 I was sold. That was it.
You
Sign
were
me
like,
up.
that's my line, that's my future line.
Yeah, I was ready. Give me the Tracy backpack. Sign me up. I was ready to go. But with Broadway, they kind of don't want to necessarily hire a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old. If they can hire somebody a little older to play that age, then it's more feasible. So I was absolutely brokenhearted after I went through like few months of auditions for the Broadway show and I didn't get it. And I kept asking myself, why? I know I'm meant to play this part. I had it in my brain that, the minute I turned 17, I was going to go in and audition again. I just had this theory that if I just keep showing up and auditioning, they would just get so sick of me that they'd hire me. And I went on the website and it said, we're casting the movie. And I scrolled down to find out the ages and it said ages 17 to 24. And I found out that morning on my 17th birthday. It said, don't send in any tapes. I sent in a tape. I kind of just did everything you weren't supposed to do. Yeah, I did 6 months of callbacks, traveling from New York to LA, New York to Baltimore, working with the choreographers at dance auditions and screen tests. It was absolutely incredible. So it was a long process.
I really admire your perseverance and belief in yourself, like the fact that you kept auditioning, like you really believe you're meant to be Tracy Turnblad, and then it all worked out for you. And then
Thank you. Yeah, I look back now and I'm like, oh my God, you had some gall, little girl. But now I'm so thankful that I did. It's funny when you're younger, I notice now as I get older how fearless you are when you're young.
Mhm.
So I'm so thankful I was so fearless and just was like, yeah, let's do everything against the grain.
Okay, so spoiler alert, you did get the part in the film Hairspray, which is such a big deal. So I want to know, how did the role of Tracy Turnblad change your life?
Do we have 3 hours? Oh, wow. Tracy has impacted me so much, not just as a person, as an actress, as a daughter, as a sister, as every role I play in this lifetime. She's so beautifully open-hearted, just leads with love, and I'm very much the same way. Tracy's so beautifully fearless. And I think when I need a bit of courage or a little bit of motivation or, I know people love to say, what would Jesus do? And I say that all the time, but I also say, what would Tracy Turnblad do? Because
Hmm.
she's always been that person that has showed me that I can do anything with hard work, with passion. And she also helped me hugely with self-acceptance, self-love, loving the body you're in, working with what you got, embracing it. Also, in a world where beauty standards are so one way, she really made me fall in love with my own personal beauty. So Tracy's done a lot for me. She's helped me with coming out of the closet and accepting myself, being a lesbian and a queer woman. So Tracy's helped me in all aspects of my life.
Tracy's such an inspirational character because she's just so pure and like the whole message, like it's like she didn't have to change herself to be successful. She was like, I'm not changing for anyone, and then she ended up being, the icon, the end of the movie, the big dance number she got on the show. Like that was just so iconic. Like, oh, I'm just fangirling. I'm sorry. The movie is just so
Oh, no, it's okay. I I still get the warm fuzzies, because
iconic.
it is that. And people over me have said to the years, like, oh, why haven't you let it go? And I'm like, well, if you think about it, people love to talk about the best times of their life, their 20s. And I'm very blessed that Hairspray was my college years. It was right out of high school. So why not be able to just enjoy that moment, live in Tracy world? And sometimes the world of today can be extremely overwhelming. So when you have a character like that, somebody who just brings pure joy and bliss, why
Mhm.
not get a dose of that
Yeah.
whenever?
Yeah, why not relish in it, honestly? So, like, the movie touches on a lot of issues and things that are still so relevant in the world today, like things like body image, discrimination, segregation, all these things that are so relatable and present in the world today. How does it feel to know that, like, you were part of a project that put these things to light and started a conversation?
Oh, wow. I feel incredibly proud and honored to be part of a project that is highlighting these issues and things that our country sometimes isn't taking seriously enough most of the time. So it was beautiful to just be a part of a project that highlighted these issues and shared these stories, but did so in such a fun way that got everybody on board, made them aware of these things that were going on, but also did it in a way that the audience really enjoyed, where they were singing along, dancing along. And I think that's the magic of Hairspray. It's telling such an incredibly important story, but by the end of it, you've also sung and danced your heart out, but now you have all of this knowledge about, especially kids of today, of a time period that they maybe even not hear about, It's really special.
Yeah, I mean, so you mentioned the songs there. Like, I'm so curious. Do you have a favorite song from Hairspray?
I have to tell you, it changes all the time. It changes pretty much on the daily, and I'll tell you why. Because I do cameos, they're personalized videos that fans can request, and I do them all the time, and people can request different songs. And so, depending on the day and what people are requesting, it's like either it's a Good Morning Baltimore day or Without Love day. So, I mean, I always have such a deep place in my heart for Good Morning Baltimore. How could you not?
Okay, so you mentioned Cameo earlier. So do you want to tell me about this and why you decided to start making these Cameo videos?
It has been such an amazing journey with this company, starting with them to where we are now. I just saw recently, I clicked on a part of the app and it told me how many I had done, and it was over 11,500. Oh my gosh, wow. So that was really cool to see because I truly love doing them. I love getting to sing the songs and make the videos so personal for people. To hear people's stories about how what Hairspray means to them. I read everything, and it all means so much to me. So I really just enjoy doing the cameos and giving them my all. And I guess it was A year ago, I, out of nowhere, went to number one. It was wild. So I just enjoy doing them every day. I don't know if my neighbors enjoy it, but I enjoy doing them.
So this is a big question. Would you ever be down if it was ever possible for like a Hairspray reunion, Hairspray reboot? Do you think there's a world where that would ever happen? Sorry, sorry.
I live in a world where I believe anything can happen. So I have no idea. If it were to happen, I would absolutely love nothing more than to see everybody again and to lace up my Tracy shoes again.
Okay, well, we're kind of at the end of the interview right now. And like, I'm so thankful
Oh,
I did
you're
this.
so welcome. You're lovely.
Thanks so much. So quickly, if you don't mind, I would love to teach you something in Irish in any way that I can spread Irish. I want to. Um,
Please.
if you could say good morning Galway. So in Irish, this is Maidin Mhaith Gaillimh.
Maidin Mhaith.
Gaillimh. Maidin Mhaith Gaillimh.
Oh, okay. I heard it. Maidin Mhaith Gaillimh.
Yes, girl.
I could try singing it.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Maidin Mhaith Gaillimh.
Oh my God. That was crazy. Oh my God. I felt like I was watching the movie again. Oh my God.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That is crazy. Oh my God. The people of Galway will love that.
I am honored. My grandma was Irish, so it's such a blessing. It's the one place I've truly, not just because I'm doing this interview, if you ever talk to any of my friends or family, they will tell you the one place I've always wanted to go is Ireland. So you might see me poking around. Thank you for having me. Slán.
Yes, Slán, Nikki.
Slán, Kathy.